You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I have found a nice little nook in Cork Hospital, and I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Also, just to let you know, I'm recording this on my phone off my earbuds, so the audio is going to be a little bit fucked today. So where do I start? So did I explain everything yesterday? I didn't explain anything yesterday, did I? So it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. We went down to the beach, some fucking freezing cold beach in Ireland, and we went paddleboarding and swimming in this freezing cold beach. And my son and my daughter jumped on the paddleboard, and my son had been paddleboarding the day before in the creek with no tide or waves or anything, and he was sweet on it. So I wasn't even thinking, we weren't even thinking, and we just put the two kids on the paddleboard and let them go for it, and within like 30 seconds they were halfway out to sea. So I'm watching it and I'm like, this is not good. This is not good at all. So I start fucking swimming like a maniac after the kids, because I'm like, if one of them falls off, it's going to be absolute fucking chaos. They can both swim a little bit, but they're going to panic, and it's going to be, so I'm hammering it out there. I fucking catch them somehow. I drag them back in to fucking shore, and then I feel like my ears are popping, something's happening, I don't know what it is. I ignore it, because then I go on and play some hurling with the dog and my kid, and I'm just absolutely launching the ball, doing hurling, and that movement I haven't done in about 30 years. So I'm doing hurling, and then after the hurling, I'm digging holes with the hurling fucking bat. I'm digging holes and I'm helping the kids bury themselves and all that sort of shit, all that sort of fun stuff. And then I went down to a gig. I drove down to a gig, and as soon as I hop out of the car, I'm like, oh fuck, something's going on here. This doesn't feel right. There was something, it feels like something's rattling in your chest or some shit like that. So I noticed it, and then I ignored it. I thought it was just going to be the hurling thing. Anyway, fuck all this shit. I woke up the next morning, went to the doctor. Doctor noticed something, sent me to an x-ray. X-ray, sent the report back to the doctor. Doctor said, go to emergency. We end up in emergency at Cork Hospital. I get admitted, and they do further x-rays, and I have a moderate pneumothorax, a fucking collapsed lung, like I did in India several years ago. So they admit me, and they're like, it's not a big one, it's a moderate one. We can treat this one, or we can at least see if we can treat this one with oxygen. So they put me on the oxygen treatment, and I'm in a room by myself. And last night, I fucking did the biggest mission to move my Bitcoin. So Mark O'Keefe, the fucking Irish comedian, I've been telling him and Catherine, his ex, to buy Bitcoin for years. So they've been buying it and putting it on cold card. So Catherine messages me as my lung is popped and is like, can you please help us get the Bitcoin off the cold card wallet, which has been hacked. People are losing their fucking Bitcoin left, right and center. And I said, yes, come to the hospital, tell Mark to drop off the cold card to the hospital, and I'll help you move it. So all last night, I helped Catherine move her Bitcoin from the cold card back to an exchange. And then what I had to do, and this became very complex, I had to erase their cold card. I had to delete the seed. Then I had to reboot the seed. under my seed phrase so I could access it, and then I had to move my Bitcoin to fucking exchanges and different wallets and all this sort of shit. It was an absolute nightmare, and I got finished doing that at about 2:30, 3 a.m. and by then I had ignored it for hours, but I could barely breathe and my back was absolutely fucking cooked. And so I called the nurse. I'm like, look, I'm struggling now. This is like 10 minutes after I figured the Bitcoin shit out. And she's like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I get an x-ray done. They're like, it's worse than it was before. We have to intervene. It's becoming very bad. And I know what that means. That means they're going to cut into my fucking rib. And that's exactly what the doctor said. We're going to cut into your rib. And just a fucking side note, by the way, a documentary crew came up to me and said, do you mind us filming this whole procedure? We're doing a documentary about something. You'll get the rights, the right to say yes or no, you want to release it. So the whole thing's being filmed. The doctors are mic'd up. I'm getting cut open, asked questions. It's like a hallucination. So the documentary crew are filming this. I'm getting cut open. They release the air out of my chest cavity and the pain begins. I'm on fentanyl, 2 shots of fentanyl and some other shit. So it wasn't too bad, and I'm going in and out of consciousness for like 6 hours. And then I wake up in the morning and they're just monitoring me. But they're like, you're getting moved to the thoracic surgeon section. So I got another CT scan, which I didn't want done at all. And then the thoracic surgeons come in, have a chat with me and said, you're getting moved to their section because you'll most likely have a surgery. And so I get moved to the thoracic surgeon section. The surgeon comes up to me and explains what's going on. So what's going on is I have had another major lung collapse, and what happens is after the first one, they become more and more frequent until your lung completely degenerates and it becomes a big problem. So they need to fix it now. They need to do another pleurodesis. Remember the fucking pleurodesis I went through a few years back? They need to do that again, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm out for this one. I'm completely out for this one. And I get an epidural and I'm under general anesthetic as well. So I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, it's booked in for Tuesday. So what's today? Today is Saturday. It's booked in for Tuesday. I'm in the hospital until Tuesday. And then I have the surgery Tuesday, and they have to keep me in here for minimum another 5 days. And then, which takes me to Sunday. Takes me to at least next Sunday. And then the doctor said, you will not be cleared to fly for at least a month. So I might be released from hospital, but they're not going to let me fly anywhere for a fucking month. So everything is chaos at the moment. I'm feeling all right. I've got a tube hanging out of my chest again that's scraping against my rib cage and my back and everything. So that's a little bit painful, but they're giving me intense fucking painkillers, which the Indians didn't. So there's that, and I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Maybe the universe is trying to say, hey, just hang out in Ireland for a little while. The people want you here. The spirit of Ireland has come to make you stay. And I'll stay. I don't mind staying. I'm not going to India anymore. All those flights are cancelled. Everything's done. The next flight I'll be taking is back to Boston in what could be 5 weeks. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. So yeah, the next few days are just going to be chilling in the hospital with this thing hanging out of my chest. I don't know. Tomorrow I'll have the proper microphone. I'll do a more clear update, but that's what's happening now. That is what the fuck is happening. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.